guys, today is episode 4 of Strapped Up and it's going to be hopefully really interesting. I've got 2 watches today to review. I'm going to do them back to back. I haven't done more than 1 review yet, so hopefully this is going to be a bit improved. I've got a Timex Weekender, which I absolutely love and think is great value for money, and I have a Heuer Formula 1, which is in two-tone steel and gold, which you all saw at Focus the other day, so none of you actually saw at all. You can look at both of these watches in my Instagram that I'm going to link below. You can check them out, have a look at my Instagram page. I've got all of my watches on there, and a couple of hints of what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks, couple of months, and what I'm going to be recording. So I'm going to turn the camera around. So today we're going to be reviewing the Timex Weekender and the Tag. I'm going to be comparing them against each other for both their value, their characteristics, and how much I personally think they're worth, and which one I'd go for if I was going to start out buying watches. Now, as some of you may have noticed, this was a big mistake from me as a start of a watch collector, and the Weekender I haven't shown yet, so we can get into that now. So, starting off with the Weekender. So the Weekender, although quite far away because my focus, is a watch that I think is massively underrated. The watch industry loves them, as do loads of collectors, but the Timex Weekender really has sort of quite a lot of background and history, surprisingly enough. Now this is a 38mm piece. It does come in a 40mm, but you have to order that. Obviously it's a different model. It didn't come on this strap. It came on another strap, but I took that off because I really like the colour combination. It is an interesting watch because it is, to my knowledge, entirely unisex. There really is no way that this can be gendered or in any way of that form, and I'm not going to get into a debate about gender, but this is going to be one of those watches that anyone can go out there and buy, and it will suit you regardless. It has 30 meters of water resistance, which isn't amazing, but you're not going to be going diving with this one because you just buy a dive watch. That just sort of defeats the objective of this type of watch. It does have Indiglow, which I can't show you because the batteries are a bit low on this one and it doesn't work, but if you press in the crown on the side, the dial lights up, and that is a really useful feature if you spend a lot of time in low light situations. I personally think it's more useful than Lume because you can see the whole dial, it's clearer, but obviously you can't go diving with it, so it's not as useful for diving as Lume. It has a W92 quartz movement in it, which I'm not massively researched about. I don't understand it, but I know that it's a very reliable movement and it's never let me down, and I don't think I've said it more than once since I've had it. I said it the day I got it, and about 6 months later I said it again, and that was it. That was all I needed. So, bringing in the second watch now, I'm going to bring in the Tag Heuer, which is the Formula 1, the two-tone, which is in yellow gold and steel with a black dial. They do a blue dial version as well, but I prefer the black and gold because that's just sort of the colour combination that I like. So I'm going to go into a little bit of sort of detail about this. So the Formula 1 range from Tag Heuer started in 1986. It's a very extensive range, and it started off with quite colourful blue dials and a combination of two tones and blue dials and orange, and they do a golf model with a NATO strap, which is quite nice. It comes in a 3-hander like this one, or you can have a chronograph version, but I will show photos of both of these watches close up in the end of the video, so you guys can have a bit of a look of the details. I need to buy a new lens, so I can't record it that close, but I will get around to it. So this has a screw down crown, a screw down case back. Obviously, as it's a dive watch, not that anyone would buy one of these to go diving, but it still has the 200 meters of water resistance so that you can feel like you can go diving with it, whether you're just going to sit at a desk like I do or not. Yes, it is a quartz movement. You probably remembered that from last video. If you've not watched it, please go and check it out. But it is a quartz movement. Probably made in the same factory that the Weekender one is made in, but I don't know anything about when they're made or how they're manufactured. So if anyone that's watching this knows, I'd love for you to put in the comments some information about that and give me and all the viewers a little bit more information about quartz. So the comparison for me is the design overall. I think that for specific occasions, the tag kind of wins really on the formal occasion. That you can't take the Timex and wear it with a suit. You can't take the Timex and wear it to a dinner. It will just look odd. It's a casual watch. It has a casual design. It's simple. It's elegant, but it's not a dress watch. And neither is the tag, but it does have more of an appeal. I hate to use the word flashy, but for lack of a better word, it is flashy because of the yellow gold gives it that appearance. But I love the design of both of them, but they serve very different functions. So the first thing I'm going to talk about, other than the design, is the fact that the price differences. So the Tag Heuer is £1,600, depending on where you get it from, but that's the retail price. And I personally don't think, in hindsight, that it was worth what I paid for it, but it was a mistake that I made, and everyone makes mistakes. So, you only learn from buying bad watches, and I then learned that you can get as much satisfaction out of a £40 watch than you can out of a £1,600 watch. I don't even wear the tag anymore because it's become less of an item that I can actually wear with certain clothing. Doesn't really suit my lifestyle, but the Timex Weekender is a regular wearer of mine. Probably competes with the SKX, but doesn't quite cut it. So the next thing I want to talk about is sort of the servicing costs. So obviously it's a quartz, so you're not going to service it a lot. You're not going to need to have that big mechanical service charge or chronograph charge or like you would with some of the other watches, but the servicing charges are practically nothing for the Timex Weekender. You probably would never bother servicing it because it probably doesn't need it. Pop a battery in it, you could do that yourself, and that is it. With the tag, I recommend it getting tagged and serviced whenever your AD says. Depending on how many complications, the age of the watch, that will differ. So you're going to need to speak to your AD or speak to someone like a watchmaker, ask them what they think your service intervals for them would be. Now, because it's a quartz movement, it's going to be significantly cheaper than any mechanical movement that you get from tag, but they will still charge you a hell of an amount of money just to replace a battery. So that's the end of today's review. I'm going to turn the camera around again and finish with our ending. So guys, this is the end of the end of the video. I'm going to be showing you some more content soon regarding these two watches. I will review them separately, but for now, basically I'm going to be doing a car review tomorrow on an Audi A6 with an S-Line body kit, completely unrelated to watches, but I thought I'd review it because I can get my hands on it and maybe some different content for you guys to enjoy. So my conclusion to this comparison is that between these two watches, I completely regret buying the tag, but you know, you always make mistakes in watch collecting. You'll buy 10 watches before you know what you like, but I never regret buying the Timex. So the Weekender has been with me for a long time, but I would not sell either of them. However, if you're going to go out and buy your first watch, I would massively advise going and buying a Weekender and not splashing out and spending £1,600 on a tag, no matter how flashy you think it looks or how cool you think you'll look with it, because you won't. People just laugh at you if they know about watches. It's up to you what you buy. If obviously it's your choice, if you like the watch, then you spend the money. At the end of the day, it's worth what you think it's worth, and I can only advise you on what experiences I've had and mistakes that I've made. So, to end this video, we're going to be discussing the next video. I'd like to first thank everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's liked, and everyone that's commented on the videos. anyone that sent me in inboxes and emails, and everyone that has come from my Instagram to watch this YouTube. So I'd like to thank you all for your support. There's not a lot of you, but it all means something, and I appreciate all of your feedback. And I will reward you for it in the long run, with hopefully great content and prize giveaways at certain milestones. I'm going to do my best to give you content that you'll enjoy, you'll be interested in, and I'll try and improve all of the aspect of my channel as I continue. But at the moment, this is a side hobby. I'm doing it after my full-time job and my university, so it's not going to be as progressive as I liked. But I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you for liking and subscribing, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Watch my other videos if you have the time, and enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for watching. This is Strapped Up.